I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys there? It's me. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. It totally bonkered my stream. So, I'm very sorry. But whoops. All of the line modes. Hold on, let me fix this. Are now working. Here's line 5X. Here's line 6X. Now line 6X even works. Now this is but we're getting some distortions here. Let's see, that could be because I need to set some settings. What happens if I just set this to DVI? Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. This has nothing to do with the OSSC. This has everything to do with, unfortunately, this cable that I'm using. This cable that I'm using is a piece of crap, and it's very low quality, and I don't think it has the bandwidth necessary. So that is why you're seeing all this crap. It is just the cable. Let me see if I have a better cable here. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dad. Dad, it's me. It's little Billy. I'm coming for you, Daddy. Ah! All right, let's see if I can plug this cable in. Let's see if that goes away. You know what's interesting? As many times as I redo and undo my video chain here, I always have oh God, come on. I always have problems when I'm streaming. I know it's crappy. I'm sorry about it. I blame politics more than anything. I really suck at some of this stuff. I think, oh God, that's just a fact of life. Okay, let's see if this cable fares any better, shall we? So we're just swapping the cable out here. Okay, see if this comes back online. Oh, let me just restart this. All right, let's see if we can get this back. Okay. Yeah, that looks better already. All right, so let's go to menu. Oh, wrong remote. Let's go to menu.
I am not fucking impressed.
Yeah, I see the menu now. The menu even looks better with a cable that can handle the bandwidth here. So let's go here. We're set to line 2X, so let's just move through them if we can. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, line 2X looks great. I mean, I have to tell you guys perfectly. I mean, to just be perfectly candid, I don't know if it's just me, but this is just a line doubled 480p, and it looks really nice. I mean, that's incredible. So let's try this again. Let's go into menu, output options. Line 2X looks phenomenal. There's a line 3X, which doesn't fill the screen, but it's a perfect integer scale with no interpolation. Looks phenomenal. Here's a line 4X. That is just incredible. Even with generic sampling, that is just incredible. Here's a line 5X. Again, I'm telling you, I really think that the OSSC... I like the 4X too because that's a 960p, which lends itself really nice. But let's move into, let's see if line 6X is going to work with this card. See, now line 6X isn't triggering. It's not locking on. Let me hit line 5X again here. Is there something that we need to... I wonder if we do this. Let's just do something for fun. Let's optimally sample to line... Oops, no, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? For some reason, I think you're right. I wish Extremes was in here. I think this is my fault. I believe that the data path E1 can do 19. I think its resolution ceiling is 1920 by 1200. And I think the E1S not only does it have more bandwidth, but I think it can squeeze out 1440p. And I think that's the problem here. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. I really can't demonstrate that with... But I do wonder, so if we set... Hold on. If we set... Well, let me fix this back. If we set this, let's go back and let's set this to generic 4x3. I wonder if we set this to 1440p. I wonder if the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K, I wonder if it'll agree with it. So I want to come into here. I want to set this up way... actually, hold on. I want to disable this. I want to go to the Live Gamer 4K. And I'm going to see if I can't manually set something here. What is the effective resolution of this? Is it 2560 by 1440? No? Or is it that 4x3 1440p? What is the resolution of the OSSC in line 6X mode? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really am. It's just... This has nothing to do with the OSSC. This is just a limitation, unfortunately, of my capture cards. I'm sorry about this. Yeah. Damn it. Well, shit. Let me go back. Hold on. Where's the other cable? Oh, here we are. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, everyone. I really should have known better. But that's okay. That's really not the point anyways. The point is... Let's see if we can dial this in. Okay. Let's try that. Now, guys, if this busts the stream, I'm sorry. All right, 19... Okay, I'm going to manually dial... I'm going to try to manually dial that bad boy in. Hold on. 1920 by 1440. Okay, so I'm going to set this... Hold on, I'm going to set this to line 6X. It doesn't like it. It just doesn't like it. Well, this is 240p, so 1920 by 1440, it just, I can't get my, I just can't get my, my data path to do that, unless there's another setting here that we can manipulate that'll make it more, that'll make it agree more with that. But ultimately, I mean, quite frankly, it's just already so damn sharp. Especially if you're a speedrunner, and certainly especially if you're streaming games. And I have to tell you, let me press start on this so you guys can see it now. Yeah, 1920 by 1440 is kind of an oddball resolution as it is. But as you guys can see here, oh my God, it looks nice. Let me fix this. There. Well, this distortion here, again, I think that's my fault here. Let's see. Let me go to... I'm just having all sorts of capture problems here. Let's see. Yeah, it's my capture card. Let me go to transform, reset. You do. So with line 5x mode, what you're really getting here is you're keeping an integer scale because you're cutting off the top and bottom pixels. And most of those pixels, for the most part, live in overscan, so it's not that big of a deal. But some games may take advantage of that area, and you may get some, graphical distortions. But otherwise, I mean, God, Jesus Christ, look at that. That's a line 5x scale. I'm stealing. You cannot look at this and not be impressed with the OSSC to this day. I mean, good Lord. With generic timing. I mean, holy mackerel. Let's go back a line. Let's see. Let's scan line options. Now this is going to look like crap, but now, so the other thing about this is we now have some pretty, now this is going to be blown to hell and back. I'll blow this up so maybe we can get a better representation here. But we now have some pretty goddamn impressive scanline options. Guys, I'm blowing it up so to overwhelm sort of supersede compression artifacts, but oh my God. I mean, you guys can see this? It looks just as good here as it does on the stream. I hope it looks just as good here. If you have a TV that agrees with the OSSC and you don't need the triple frame buffer, and if you're not really worried about, if you're okay with Bob deinterlacing and you don't care about motion adaptive or the Edge, the new Edge algorithms that Mike's coming out with, guys, I'm telling you, buy an OSSC off of AliExpress from a good vendor for $90. Follow this guide, or I'll help you with the simple hardware bodge mod that you got to do, and you're in for a good time. Like, we get so spoiled. We get so spoiled with technology. The RetroTink 5X is still unbelievable. The 4K, there's nothing that comes close to that. And it's easy to lose modesty because the OSSC literally can be had for well less than $100, and it's just reference quality video. And if I was really worried about having motion adaptive deinterlacing, do you know what I would do? I would take the $45 goddamn dollars it would take to build a GBSC for interlace content, and I would just pipe that into the VGA input of this, and then there would be you would have very comparable. You'd have a very comparable MA deinterlacer, a motion adaptive deinterlacer. You'd have extremely good upsampling. The only thing that you probably would lose on, well, that's another thing that I heard that was fixed, or that was improved upon. Resolution switching between 480i and between progressive and interlaced sources is supposed to be a little bit faster, and if it is, I mean, good Lord.
Voltar, if you don't get a signal with a scaler, can it sometimes be that the TV is not agreeing with the output? Yes, most of the time that's really what it is, especially when you raise the upsampling level, so line 3x, 4x, 5x. If you notice it dropping off frequently or just not locking at all, but it has no trouble locking with line 2x, which 99% of displays are going to lock perfectly fine with a line doubled, line 2x scale, you've got an issue there with your sync or with your television not agreeing with it. Marks is just an amazing guy. Like, I have to tell you, I wish that guy all of the success. I mean, good God, just look at this. You know, does it look good? Do the scan lines look good on stream, or are they getting crippled by compression, and do they look uneven? I'm curious about that. Or have I blown it up enough to where the scan lines look quite nice? I mean, Marks, this thing has been out. I built this thing by hand 6 years ago. 6 years ago. The guy is still updating it. Even though the hardware is changed, he is showing you how to hack the old one so that it can run all of the new hardware. I mean, my God, what a great, contributing member of the retro gaming community. Wonderful, wonderful guy. I mean, you take people like Mike Chi and Marks, and you pretty much have the fundamental pillar, the fundamental pillars of this community when it comes to high fidelity video, bringing old analog video into the modern digital domain. These are the frontier dudes, and they have just done so much. They have done so much. The scan lines are just, man, Marks. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna bend over for him tomorrow night. I'm just telling you right now.
Stick your show in your ass.
You heard the man. Oh my God, you have all of these different options now to really dial in scan lines to a greater effect. And we can't take advantage of it right now. But something else that we have to our advantage is, let me press menu on this. If we go to output options, we can't use it because even though we can turn it on for the EDID to negotiate it, I don't have an HDR and we can't output HDR. But we can turn on this HDR flag and we can have fake HDR just like the RetroTink 5X, just like the OSSC Pro, and almost just like the RetroTink 4K. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and I probably shouldn't tell this. I'm going to level with you all here. I'm going to level with you guys very, very, very much so. Me and Bob, Retro RGB, you know him as an alcoholic. We had let me get a water here. I guess it was maybe 2 weeks ago, somewhere around there. We had a call, because we have those frequently. I thought I had some waters here. No, I brought some waters out here. Oh, here they are. Bob and I had a call because we have one. We have several calls a month, and at any rate, we were talking about Marks. We were really talking about the OSSC Pro, and I expressed to Bob, now look, you can get mad about this. This is just my opinion, and it comes from the heart. So just take that. This is coming from the heart. I told Bob that I look at the OSSC Pro, don't see a lot of coverage on it. I kind of look at the quantity that's kind of in stock there. I don't really see the quantity moving. I don't see that thing moving, and that, regardless of delays, regardless of COVID, regardless of part shortages, that is so unfortunate. There's no reason why people shouldn't be excited about the OSSC more than they are, because I'm going to tell you it's pretty stale. Like, I know these communities, and I know what reception devices get and what reception devices don't get. And I was telling Bob that, Marks deserves so much better than this. I and Bob and a few others, I know Mike Chi has, I'm willing to do anything that I can to help Marks move his product more than he's been able to move it. Marx needs distribution. Marx needs good people, not just in Europe, but here in the States, who will help manufacture, who will help produce, and who will help distribute the OSSC Pro. Because, guys, I'll tell you, it's a remarkable, remarkable scaler, and it has a perfect price point for the tier that it sets in, and it does many wonderful things. And it's just, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but the fact of the matter is, that poor guy, he deserves better. And I think that it's a terrible conflict of interest for somebody to be promoting and basically cannibalizing any sales of the OSSC Pro while they flap their jaws about another product that Marx has nothing to do with. Marx is responsible for a lot of its successes for a lot of people, and I feel, in a lot of ways, this is just my opinion, I feel that Marx has been mildly, to put it mildly, I think Marx has been mildly betrayed and has been, I don't want to say sabotaged, but I will say that I feel that he just deserves a lot better, and that's all I'm going to say about it. So Bob, I, Mike Chi, a few others are going to hopefully work together to help Marx. You guys don't understand. I know some of you do understand, and I'm not going to get emotional about it, but this is not drama. This is just reality. That guy is responsible for the RetroTink 5X. He is responsible for the RetroTink 4K. He is responsible for all of these video processors that are made for video games. It's not the XRGB, it's not any Microsoft product. It is Marx, because Marx brought this down to the enthusiast level. He brought it down to the homebrew level. He brought it down to where we don't go to a walled garden store and buy a video processor. We go to Mauser and we get the parts together and we put it together, and he did that for the community. That guy is being fucking put on the back burner by people who made their business on his technology. And there are reasons for that, which I'm not going to get into, but I've got to stop because I'm going to say things that are going to upset people. But I'm a sensitive person, and I'm sometimes very much so an asshole. But I do care about people. I care about people. And I don't take lightly people's contributions. And I want to see people who deserve to succeed. And it's heartbreaking, in my opinion. It's heartbreaking to see Marx be sabotaged in the way that he has. Now, I understand he probably doesn't see it that way, and that's perfectly fine. But from my perspective, he's been done very poorly. You can say whatever you want to say about it. That's just my opinion. Anywho, yeah, I'm not a fan. Hogue Tech. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you the Hogue Tech from the Shmups forum that I modded a Sega Master System 2 for about 10 or 11 years ago? Is this the same guy? Is that the same dude? Can't be. No way. If that's the same guy, that's amazing. Anywho, wonderful guy, by the way. He was a really cool dude. But, you know, not to go on and on and on and on and on and on about it, because there's really no reason to do that. Those are just my feelings on it, and those are my optics. And unfortunately, those are the optics of many people, and I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I can just tell you that I want to help Marx. People want to help Marx. That guy's done a lot. So we've said enough about that. Oh my god, it is. I modded. Okay, so Hoagtech back in 1999 sent me a Master System 2. I did an RGB mod to it, jail bar free. I did an LED mod under the power switch. Um, that's amazing. I remember all of that. Good to see you, man. I remember the LED. I remember the RGB mod. I remember using Quick Connects back then to make it all clean. So if you ever had to take it apart, you just take the little bundles of Quick Connects and it just totally the top of it totally comes off. He played a lot of Phantasy Star. I remember him showing pictures of Phantasy Star and it looked phenomenal. I don't remember if I did a BIOS swap for you, Hoagtech. Did we do a BIOS swap on that? That had to be... Oh, that was at least 10 years ago. Anywho. That's what we have. So, again, the OSSC, still a champion. Launch unit, still a champion. This mod's easy to do. It's not a big deal. And I don't know about you, but I would be more than happy playing with this on a display in my living room or for an audience on stream. It's still grade A. You also did my bros Nintendo 64s with an LED and a TI amp before your own revision. I remember that. Doing those by hand, wiring those up on perf board. Okay. Guys, sorry for the little rant. I'm sorry that I kind of went off on a tangent. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to come and participate. I feel like we really covered some ground here, and I hope that if you have an old OSSC or if you've just bought an OSSC, you will consider doing this very simple soldering mod and breathing life into your unit and enjoying some of the nice features. If your television can do 1920 by 1440, great. Otherwise, you get some sync stability improvements, you get some scanline features, and you get HDR, you get faux HDR that will offset or compensate for brightness loss when you turn on those scanlines. And that's primarily what that's for. It's so that when you have scanlines enabled, you're compensating and offsetting for that additional darkness. Very useful. And oh God. This mod, of all the mods that you can do, this mod is absolutely one of the most important and worthwhile mods that you can do to a God, it's almost a 10-year-old video processor. Well, it's 6 or 7 years old. So actually, I thought 1.08 was the latest, but if we click here, I'll move this around. Whoops. We have actually installed, I don't know, is there a place you can go in the menu to see the current... I don't know. Oh, here. No, here's what we'll do. It'll show up in the top left. This is version 1.09A. This is the latest one that he's released. I think the difference between 1.09A and 1.08 is that 1.09A simply has some sync stability improvements. Jeez. Any chance we can see the new shadow mask settings? Well, let's see if we can do that. I don't remember. Can anyone help me navigate that? So I think we're going to go into video and process. No. That's to change like gain settings and you know, the filtering. Let's go to scanline options. So auto, I think that's just where it sort of does all sorts of things for you. So Those are just manual scan lines jacked up. You can align them. Oh, okay. I see how that works. Okay. Hybrid scan line. Now, is this where we... Oh, I see. So we're adding a little bit of a Gaussian blur here. It looks like, to kind of simulate the grill of a shadow mask. Here, let's move. Come on. That is a really... guys, that's a really cool effect. And you can adjust it. So that's it with the basically off. Come in here. That's bitchin'. That's pretty cool. That is really cool. I like that. So we can take this up to 175. We take this down, you'll notice the detail becomes more... We have more sharp lines. We don't have a blooming effect. So the great thing about these scan lines is that basically we can create profiles, and you can download profiles. So you have that ability, so you don't have to manually dial these in if you don't want to get on, because this is going to be quite overwhelming. But you have all of these various settings, and I'm not sure what they do exactly. Subline 1, what is this? What is this? What does this do? These are different areas of the screen. It's probably very difficult, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sure it is to see the differences on the screen, but on the stream, but it's incredible. Let's see. Does this work? Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Ah, shit. Okay. All right, here we go. Transform, reset. That just doesn't look right to me. Let's see. Why is this outputting in a... Let me set this to default. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let me just sort of play with this for a minute. Let's go to output options. Let's set this to 3x, 4x, 5x. Let's reset this. Okay. Yeah, this, you know, it says generic 4x. Here, let me try this. Yeah, something is amiss here with my settings. Edit transform. Yeah, I don't understand that. Let's see. .256 by 240 optimal. Yep. Let's see if we can do some optimal stuff here. I want to zoom in on this. Well, no, I'm not going to do anything optimal. I don't think. Anyways, let's see. Hold on. Reset the transform. Okay, go to the menu. Go to sampling options. Advanced timing. Yep, hit OK on that. Let's see. Yeah, 341 is pretty much the sweet spot. You can see it here. See how it's super blurry here, 338. 339, we get a little sharper. 340, we blow it out. 341 is basically where you want to go. 342, we lose our horizontal resolution. Our pixels don't line up. And let's see. That's to shift back and forth. I'm sorry guys, I'm just playing. I'm just trying to remember 180 degrees. It's basically where it needs to go. So let me back out of this. Let's do this. Let's go to settings. Let's just do a reset. Reset settings. Way down here. Yeah, but why? It's just... I'm kind of confused as to why... Okay. Now, I want to set this to line 5x. 3, 4, 5. Try 3. See, 3 looks right. There's something I've gotten amiss here with the capture setup because it's not, even though it sets at 4:3, it's not maintaining. Let me try this. Let me try this. That's interesting. Will you be doing the OG Xbox HDMI mod? You bet. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it all. You've got it. I've just got to do some cleanup here. I've got to get the SNES 2-chip stuff out the door. That's going fantastic despite the basement flooding. Everything's moving pretty quickly here. So as soon as I get that stuff straightened out and get that documentation done, we'll be right back on that. But before I do the HDMI mod to the OG Xbox, we're going to be RGHing. We're going to be reset glitching an Xbox live on stream. So that'll be fun. Guys, I appreciate you guys coming out. I'm going to put this OSSC back together and clean up out here. I hope this helps. If you have an old OSSC sitting in the closet or you're using it every day, take the top plate off, pull out that soldering iron. Let's do some bodges here, and let's update the firmware because there's still plenty of life left in this device. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and tell Bob that he doesn't need to be embarrassed about his tits. Guys, take care.